gosh, I want to read all of these actually.
The best word to describe how I felt reading this book is underwhelmed. I fear that I am in a book slump. I feel like this haul has a really good mix of genres. August was not my strong month.
I don't have work today, which is amazing.
Hello, my sunny bays. Welcome back. I'm so glad you could make it. I've been procrastinating quite a bit because today I am filming the end of the month Bookish edit video, and it is literally the last day of August. And I fear that I'm gonna have to film the whole video today and edit it and upload it on the same day. So we will see if that actually happens or not. I've been procrastinating on this video, to be honest, because I say that a lot. I fear that I am in a book slump. And I haven't been in a book slump for quite a bit. I just feel like I am in one right now because I am refusing to pick up my Kindle or a book of any sort. I haven't read for like the past week, which is kind of a large sprint of non-reading for me. It's a struggle bus, but we are trying to get my reading cells moving and flowing. It is going to be a good video, I have a feeling. If you're new to my channel, hello. I am so glad you're here. This is my Bookish edit series where I talk about all things bookish. At the end of every month, what I'll do is I'll do a monthly reading wrap up. So basically me reviewing and rating all the books that I read in the previous month. We also pick the books for our next month's TBR. Wow, I need coffee. By using our TBR cards or TBR jar. I actually created one in the last Bookish edit vlog. And I always do some kind of a book haul. Usually I'll try to go to like a bookstore like Barnes & Noble or a local bookstore if I have time. And then I'll do like a haul. Oh, also I show all of my special edition books too. That has come in the mail. Anyway, I am glad to kick this off. And it's a long weekend because of Labor Day. Today's Sunday, but technically it's like a Saturday for us because, you know, we get Monday off. Charlie and I are going to head out to Gavi Brunch Cafe. It is a really cute, cozy cafe, and I love doing that in my bookish. My brain will slowly wake up, I promise. So we're gonna go to a cafe, get some coffee to really pump the caffeine into my body. After that, my friends are coming over to go to the pool in the afternoon, so that'll be really fun. I doubt that I'll get any reading done during that time, but once they leave, you know, we'll try to do some reading too. But anyway, let's go head out to the cafe and see what's going on over there because this is my first time going there. It's gonna be great. I feel like I've been following them on Instagram for a while, so I'm very excited. But it films in 4K, which is really nice, and it doesn't take up like storage on my phone. Yeah, so I really like it. I got it on Amazon. You can get it. Yeah, no problem.
No worries, no worries.
You know how many people ask me about this?
Yeah, right.
It's like, sponsor me, DJI. Let's talk about August TBR. In my last month's Bookish edit video, we picked 3 books for our August TBR, and those were Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez, We Are All Stardust by Ross Benjamin and Stephen Klein, Before the Coffee Gets Cold by Toshikazu Kawaguchi. In terms of how I did on clearing the August TBR, I get a 66%, 66.66666. You get the gist. Out of those 3 books, I finished 2 of them. The first one was Say You'll Remember Me, and then the second one was Before the Coffee Gets Cold. I did not read We Are All Stardust because I don't want to get into it too prematurely, but I did not want to read that after reading Before the Coffee Gets Cold, and I'll get into that in just a second when we do our wrap up. But yeah, that was the book that I did not get to, and I think I blame Before the Coffee Gets Cold. August was not my strong month, and it's because I only read 3 books. Honestly though, 3 is not bad. I typically on average read about 3 to 5 books a month, so it's on the smaller end. But honestly, I feel like I did a really good job of finishing books even though I had such a crazy social life in the month of August. Let's go through all 3 of the books and I'll tell you exactly how I felt about them and the rating that I gave on Fable and Goodreads. I still put ratings on Goodreads even if I'm not leaving reviews. I only do reviews on Fable now because I just want to consolidate into one program or one application. And I like Fable better. So you guys should get on Fable if you're not there already and join my book club as well. It's called Sunset Reading. Without further ado, let's go right into it. The first book that I read in the month of August was Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez. And I prioritized reading this first because it was our pick for our book club Sunset Reading. If you're curious and want spoilers and see exactly how I felt throughout the book itself, definitely go ahead and check out my previous Bookish vlog. Say You'll Remember Me was so unlike any of the other books that I read by Abby Jimenez, and I think in a good way. It was definitely different. I will say I liked her other series better. I heard that this book is going to be the first of another, like a new interconnected series by her, and I do like it, don't get me wrong. I just think that if you haven't read any of Abby's books yet, definitely don't start with this one. Personally, I feel like you get the best introduction to Abby's writing if you go through the Part of Your World series first. I really love it. I think Yours Truly is probably my favorite out of all of them. But honestly, I would read them all in order, all of them. They were so good. And this one just hit a little bit different because the situation that we're dealing with is a lot, like it's very high stakes. The majority of the story with the 2 main characters, it is a long distance relationship. They're just trying to make this work, right? And they meet under like very interesting circumstances. I thought the banter and the humor was pretty funny and witty as Abby's writing normally is. But in terms of like the plot, it was a lot of emotional roller coaster. Definitely check your trigger warnings before going into this one because it deals with a lot of complicated things. I gave this, I think, a 3.5, and I think I feel really good about that rating. It's something that I would recommend to other people to read, and I personally enjoyed it as well. There were parts where I was just kind of like, oh my god, again? Like, is this really happening? It just felt like a marathon of just bad things happening to these characters, and we got no breaks until the very end. So in that aspect, I didn't enjoy it as much as the other books that Abby has written, but it was really good in terms of the topics that she talked about. I really do think that Abby knows how to write male characters that females love and adore. Let's be real. Xavier is such a golden retriever boyfriend. I mean, trust me on this, you'll love him. He is like acts of service king, okay? So if you're into that kind of stuff, definitely read it. I think their romance was just so sweet and just, I could just eat it up. If you ask other people that didn't like this book, a lot of them will say that the writing was a little cringy, especially because of the references, some terms that she chose to use and characters that she liked to talk about. They didn't bother me too much. I don't know. I feel like when it comes to books, I'm not a super harsh rater. Take that for what you will, but I liked it. And I would definitely recommend it if you like other books by Abby. It is a little different though, so don't go in expecting like all happiness, and I mean, her books always have a layer of complexity, but this one, it's a lot of layers. So have those types of expectations before you go in. The second book that I read was, I don't know why I said it like that, but it's called Ward D by Frida McFadden. Okay, I'm just gonna say this out loud right here, right now. I think this is gonna be my last Frida McFadden book. I don't know, I never say never. Maybe I'll pick up another one of her books like later down the road, but I was kind of disappointed by this one. I don't know, something about the pacing, it was okay. How do I explain this? The reason why I picked up Ward D was because I really love to switch up genres. So Say You'll Remember Me was such an emotional read. I wanted something thrilling. I wanted something that was gonna surprise me, and very, very different from a romance. For some reason, I personally didn't find this suspenseful at all or thrilling. The best word to describe how I felt reading this book is underwhelmed, because I very much was underwhelmed. I was not surprised by any of the surprises, I guess, or like the twists. The only character that I liked in this book was Spider-Dan, and if you read this, you'll know who that is. But if you don't, it's not gonna make any sense to you. But yeah, I liked one character in this book. I'm not even the type of person to need to like characters to read a book. I mean, I read Normal People and none of the characters in that book is like very much likable, and I loved that book. But for some reason, this book was just so like mid, like lukewarm. I honestly didn't even tell you the synopsis, but basically this girl who is in medical school or like in a program studying to become a doctor or something, she gets placed in a mental psychiatric hospital or something to intern or like, I don't know, just like train there. Turns out that she has a very complicated history with one of the people that are staying in that hospital. Obviously, they're all in there for mental diseases and illnesses, and they're going through a lot of stuff, and she has to stay in Ward D, that's where she's assigned to, for, I believe, like 24 hours or something like that. Obviously, things go awry. Unexpected things happen, but even if it was unexpected, I just expected it. In terms of rating, I gave it a 2.25. Yeah, this might be one of the lowest rated books that I've read this year. I did kind of enjoy the epilogue, but not even that much where I wanted to change the rating or anything, but I fear that this is probably going to be the last Frida book that I read. I don't know. We'll see. Last but not least, I finished off August because I'm not gonna be able to finish a book literally today. It is Before the Coffee Gets Cold, and I don't even know where to begin with this book. I did read it in physical format. Don't get me wrong, I did enjoy this book once it got to like the last third of the book. I think it has 4 parts, and yeah, the very last one was my favorite. If you are wanting like a cozy, nostalgic type of read, this is definitely going to be a hit for you. I think it is kind of a slow burn, not in like the romantic sense, but it spans a long period of time in the same premise, and you just like it's kind of like a character study, like 4 mini character studies into a book within the same concept, which is time traveling. We rotate between different characters and their experience at this cafe. Time traveling is a thing in this book, and it is kind of well known in this cafe. Like everyone, all the workers know. People who come into this cafe to grab a cup of coffee, they all find out and they're able to like utilize this feature of this cafe. There are obviously a couple rules when it comes to time traveling, but it's a little bit different than what you would typically find in a time traveling concept book. I do think that it was very slice of life, and you just kind of observe as a third party. It feels like I'm like observing these characters and them going through this experience, which was really cool. However, I just thought the slow pace was a little too slow for me. It was fine. I did enjoy it, but at the same time, I think this kind of gave me a book slump, and not in a good way. Unfortunately for me, I think I needed it to be a little bit more high stakes, and I mean, it's high stakes without being too high stakes. It's very interesting balance. But I think personally, I just prefer books that are not super cozy, and maybe it was because I read it during the summer, where cozy books aren't going to hit as hard as if you read it in the fall or winter. But I don't think I'm gonna be continuing this series because this is the first book out of, I think, 5 books that are out by this author. Just not my cup of tea, haha, get it, or cup of coffee. But I think it is going to be a good book for those in this type of cozy mindset. In terms of rating, I gave it 3 stars, which, yeah, it's average. I don't hate it, and I thought it was a very sweetly written book. I liked it, but it was average, very middle of the road for me. And those were all the books that I read in August. I did start a new book like maybe a week ago, but like I said, because ever since I finished reading this one, I have been kind of in a non-reading mood, which I'm trying to actively get out of right now. I am currently starting the book Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. I thought this book would be perfect for the end of the summer since we are now approaching September. That's wild. I wanted to squeeze in just one more summer themed book, and yeah, I'm gonna read that. It's a relatively really short book, so I should be able to finish it by like the first week of September. It's not done yet, so it's not in my wrap up, but it will be in the next month.
Remember that Amy who said that she would film, edit, upload the video all in one day? Yeah, she is no longer in the room with us. My bad, guys, my bad. So this, I am hoping I'll be able to finish up and upload today because it is officially September 1st. Sorry, the day got way ahead of me yesterday, but we're back. It is officially Labor Day. It's Monday, so I don't have work today, which is amazing. And we're gonna do our September TBR. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it's September. We're gonna use our TBR cards as normal. I was going to use my TBR jar, but I realized that I don't have enough prompts made that are in the jar to pick from. But it's okay, we have our trusty old TBR cards. I got this off of Etsy. I know a lot of you guys have asked me in the previous videos, but unfortunately, I don't think the seller sells them anymore, which is unfortunate because I absolutely love and adore these cards. They are so high quality. I will try to link the shop though in the description in case it does come back to the shop and you can buy it from there. But anyway, let's go ahead and dive into it, shall we? I think I really like this filming situation. It is a little bit backlit, so hopefully it's not too distracting or anything, but I like the fact that my bookshelf is to the right of me, as you can see. I have all of my physical books so that I can easily see it and grab it if I want to pick it for our TBR. As always, on my Fable app, I have all the libraries where I can see all the books that I have on my Kindle, so it's easy for me to just like pick out the books from there. You know what I think I'm gonna do? I think I'm going to take out the cards that we chose last month because it's not fun when you pick the same cards over and over again. So I'm just gonna remove them from the deck. If you're new to my Bookish edit videos, I'll give you like the basic rundown. So I'm going to pick 3 cards out of this deck to figure out what prompts would determine the books that I pick for September. The 3 books that are chosen, I actually post in a poll on my Fable book club. Through that poll, you guys vote which book that you'd like me to do a spoiler version reading vlog on my channel on, because I post 2 bookish videos per month, and one of them is a reading vlog of the chosen book in our book club. So that's how it works. So if you aren't in my book club yet, definitely go ahead and check it out. I'll leave the link in the description. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a mix. Oops. I have it facing away from me so that you guys can see the prompt first. I promise I'm not looking at the viewfinder of the camera. Okay, I'm closing my eyes. I'm gonna pick this one. What does that say? Let's see. Read a book with a 3-word title. Okay, this one's a fun one. The Green Mile. That's a good one. Oh, Half a Soul. Oh my gosh. Is this gonna be the month where I read Half a Soul? I feel like that is a very fairy tale cozy read though. And if you saw, you heard me previously how I was talking about like cozy books may not be for me, but I've heard so many good things about Half a Soul though that it gives me hope that that will be my redemption arc. I'm gonna bring it out because I think this is such a strong contender, especially since we're approaching the fall season and it is going to be very cozy. This is by Olivia Atwater and I've heard literally nothing but amazing things about it. That is the first contender from the physical TBR. What else has 3 words? Foul Lady Fortune, that's 3 letters. That's also from my physical TBR. So she's a thick one though. Oh my god, she kind of intimidates me. I literally have no clue what this one is about, to be honest with you. I got this one from a Book of the Month box. I've never been really super interested in reading this book. I'm not sure what it is. Maybe it's the cover. Also, I just have no clue what it is about. I don't have any idea. Okay, so it's based in China, 1931. So is this like a historical fantasy or historical fiction? 4 years ago, Rosalind Lang was brought back from the brink of death, but the strange experiment that saved her also stopped her from sleeping and aging and allowing her to heal from any wound. Oh, that's actually a really interesting premise. In short, Rosalind cannot die. Now desperate for redemption from her treacherous past, she uses her abilities as an assassin for her country. Ooh, I love a good assassin story. It has me intrigued, so I do think that this is a pretty strong contender, but the size of this is a little scary. Oh my god, there are so many good fantasy books that are on my physical TBR that are also 3 words. This one is a beautiful special edition that I got from, I believe, the Bookish box. It's like the Darkly box, I'm pretty sure. And it is Blood of Hercules by Jasmine Moss. I am very intrigued by this book because I think it's super, like, such an interesting concept. I'm pretty sure it's Hercules retelling, but Hercules is a woman in this story, which is just so fascinating. I would love to read this. Perfect for the weather getting a little bit cooler too. I read a ton of fantasies in the fall, so this one is also, oh my gosh, I want to read all of these actually. I think the last contender is another fantasy. This is gonna be such a hard one. So this is also a special edition that I got from Owl Crate. So yeah, that's great. And what a beautiful book. This is called A Forbidden Alchemy by Stacy Mequon. I hope I'm saying that right. I'm so sorry if I'm not. But she's stunning. Screams fall. Like, this is autumn, you know? The colors, the vibe, the mood, it just seems so fall appropriate. I'm gonna say this again. I have no idea what this book is about. And she's a thick one too. She's pretty thick. On the back it says, we could refuse to be their weapons. So it seems pretty high stakes to me, which I love. I love a high stakes fantasy. It says, all Nina has ever wanted is to become an artisan. All Patrick seeks is a craftsman revolution. Sorry, I need more coffee. Here we go. This is my coffee. I brought it with me. Will they choose their greatest desires or each other? Okay, well, that doesn't really tell me too much, but I like going into books blind though, so I'm not gonna spoil it further for myself. These are such strong options, all of them. I feel like A Forbidden Alchemy, I might want to read like later when it's peak fall season. So I'm gonna actually put this back. I love the cover of Blood of Hercules. In the back it says, I'm just a girl, and it turns out I'm Hercules. Is Foul Lady Fortune a series? If so, I'm a little hesitant to start it. Let me find out first. Okay, it is a series. Okay, so I'm automatically going to disqualify this one because I'm just not ready to commit to a series yet because I want to pick the right one. And I might need to pick it when we're a little bit more into fall. I will definitely be wanting to start a fantasy series at some point, so maybe this will come up, but there's just so many books that I want to read. Like, I really want to read A Darker Shade of Magic by V.E. Schwab. That's like really high up on my list. And the Belladonna series by Adeline Grace. That's also high up on my list, and I have physical books of both of those. So yeah, I'm just going to put this back because I'm just not sure if I want to start it yet. All right, it is between Blood of Hercules and Half a Soul. Oh, okay. So Blood of Hercules is also a series. Why do I have so many series? I guess by process of elimination, Half a Soul is going to be one of the books for September. Okay, that was great. I've been wanting to read that book, so I'm happy about it. Next, let's go for another prompt. Do you guys see Romper right here? He's just taking a little nap. All right, second prompt, here we go. I'm gonna pick this one. Oh, the card was facing me, so I'm actually going to do a redo. Now it's facing you guys, and I'm not looking, I promise. And then this is the prompt. Read a book you think will make you cry. What a fun, interesting prompt. I mean, The Nightingale by Kristen Hanna. Definitely, because I feel like everyone says that book will make you cry. Maybe I will look on my Kindle TBR now, because I already have one physical book. Oh my gosh, also Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Oh, that's a high contender. I also have the physical book of that. I've heard literally everyone rave about this book so much ever since it came out. Funny enough, Kristen Hanna has a blurb on the back of the book. She says it's thrilling, heartbreaking, and uplifting. Fast-paced, emotionally charged story of one ambitious young woman finding both her voice and her passion as she fights to become one of the first female NASA astronauts in the 1980s. I haven't read any of her other like books aside from The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, so I'm like, oh, should I like read the other ones before I read this? But I don't think so. I don't think you have to read it in order of publication. I do think that this is going to make me cry though, because Taylor Jenkins Reid, she is just such an amazing writer. Oh, you know what? Another book that I think will make me cry, if we're talking about physical books, Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan, because I've heard everyone say that this is devastating. And yeah, it says emotional, raw, real, and addictively delicious by Tia Williams. Sorry, I'm getting a call from Charlie. Hi.
Are there any specific teas that you want, or does this work?
Yeah, I don't like that brand.
Oh, you don't like the brand?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. That's good to know.
Do they have the Tea Pigs one? It's a little expensive, but I would just get like one or two of those.
Oh, I think it might have been at Whole Foods. Stop by there and grab some.
Oh, no. You don't have to take a second trip for that. It's fine. Back to business, sorry. So this one is obviously a romance, and I think it's like Second Chance or something like that. It's about a failed marriage. They're co-parenting and stuff like yeah, so it sounds very emotional. But I know that this is also part of a series, and like I said, I'm not sure if I want to start another series yet, but this is romance, so it would be different than me starting a fantasy series. Like I can compartmentalize those, so I can start more than one series as long as they're in like completely different genres. Let's look for maybe one more from our Kindle TBR. I mean, honestly, if I really wanted to give myself a good cry, I might as well pick, what is it called? Beartown, that series by Frederick Bachman, because everyone cries while reading that series. Any Frederick Bachman book could fall into this category, to be honest, but yeah, I think we're going to narrow it down to just 3 options: Beartown, Before I Let Go, and Atmosphere. And Before I Let Go, this one, and Beartown are both part of a series. This is a standalone, Atmosphere, and honestly, I've been dying to start this. So I think I'm gonna go with this one. Wow, 2 physical books. Amazing. I feel like the September TBR is coming together very nicely. Last but not least, we are picking our final prompt. I don't know which one to pick. Let's go for smack in the middle. This is the prompt. Let's see what it says. Read a book with a 1-word title. Wow, I got with a 3-word title and now a 1-word title. I feel like that one's a little bit tougher than the 3-word title. The perk of being right next to your physical bookshelf when choosing the next month's reads is that I gravitate automatically to the physical books first, and then I look at my Kindle TBR. It's great because I definitely want to knock out my physical books first before I, go on to the Kindle books. Oh! Firebird, that's 1 word because there's no space in between fire and bird. This is also a beautiful, stunning, delicious special edition cover. However, I do think that this is a fantasy series, so I am gravitating away from this one. This is Belladonna. I mean, like I said, this is one of the series that I do want to start in the fall, but I just don't know if I'm ready for it yet. I mean, we're in the beginning of September. I don't know if I want to start it now or later. There's Bride by Ali Hazelwood. That's 1 word. And it's kind of creepy. Like, it's perfect for, I feel like that would be better for October, for like Halloween season, because it's about, I think, werewolves and monsters, but it's also kind of like smutty romance. I mean, totally into that, but I feel like werewolves are better suited for October, no? Like during Halloween. Oh, okay. So this one is a thriller by Stephen King. Is this month going to be the month that I read my first Stephen King book? It's called Holly. Oh, this is a thick book. 449 pages for a thriller. Wow. I feel like it's been a long time since I've read a thriller that long. Most thrillers go anywhere from like 250 to 350 pages at max. It has 4 stars on Fable, which is really good for any book, I think. Ooh, I do love a good thriller. Do I want to do this one? I heard it's a really, really good one from Stephen King. I think I would rather choose that over Belladonna, to be honest. There's Rouge by Mona Awad. I've only read one other book by Mona Awad, and it was, what was it called? No, have I? What book am I thinking of that I thought was by her? Oh no, okay, so I thought My Husband is by Mona Awad, but it's not. My Husband is by Maud Ventura, okay. Anyway, yeah, Rouge is a good contender too. It's a little creepy. It's like about a cult, I think. That sounds really, really interesting to me, and she's the one who wrote Bunny as well, which is high up on my wish list. I want to read that because I love anything like topic-wise. Cults and stuff, like creepy, suspenseful stuff like that I love reading about. So Rouge, okay. If I do pick Rouge, I could time it where I read it at the end of September so that it kind of prepares me for the cooler, crisp fall weather and puts my mind in the Halloween mood, you know, because it's like a little creepy. I think I'm gonna go with that. Rouge. Okay, there we go. All 3 books for September. Now that we've chosen all the books for our September TBR, let's do a little mini recap. For the prompt, read a book with a 3-word title, we have Half a Soul by Olivia Atwater. For read a book you think will make you cry, we have Atmosphere by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Last but not least, read a book with a 1-word title. Romper, did you really do that? He spilled all of my cards. Circling back to the card, we have read a book with a 1-word title, and we have Rouge by Mona Awad.
Alrighty, friends, we have migrated over to our living room next to our couch because we cannot forget to do our book haul. Romper's gonna join us. He's right next to me. Do you wanna come over here to say hello? Yeah, come over here. Yeah, good job. Hi. This is always an exciting time because you guys already know how much I love my special edition covers of books, and I have been subscribed to so many different variety of book subscription boxes that come monthly, quarterly. I will say though, I have been good. I've evaluated all the book subscriptions that I have had and I narrowed it down so that I'm only subscribed to one service now, but they have different subscription boxes within that one company, and I am sticking with Owlcrate because Owlcrate is, in my opinion, the best bang for your buck, and it is one of the more expensive book subscriptions, which kind of makes sense because they go so above and beyond every single book that they send out to their subscribers. The quality is just unmatched. I feel like their shipping is always on time as well. They're very transparent and they're always improving their covers and working with new artists, and it's just all around, I think Owlcrate is the way to go. I also am still subscribed to LitJoy, which is like the to be read box, but that is only like a quarterly service and I get to choose the book that I want out of 2 options, which I feel like not a lot of book subscriptions provide. So I am still keeping that one, but I canceled all of my subscriptions to Illumicrate. I also canceled my Darkly box by the Bookish box because how many dark romance books do I really need on my shelf, like physically in special edition covers? I really don't, because I am only really going to read those books once and I'll probably just forget about them. So I decided to cancel that one. Illumicrate, I just don't think the quality is as good as Owlcrate, to be honest with you. So anyway, let's do a collective haul of all of my special editions that's come in the past month. There's quite a bit. I have 5 books to show you. This first one is the one that I think I'm the least excited for. No, I take that back. I do think that it's going to be good, but I haven't really started getting into cowboy romances or anything like that. And this is very cowboy, cowgirl coded. You'll be able to tell from the cover alone. This is called Love is a War Song by Danica Nava. I hope I'm saying that right. This is from Afterlight, which is the romance version of Illumicrate. Illumicrate owns like a bunch of different sub boxes, and this is one of them. The illustration is really, really cute. I do like that. And like I said, very cowboy themed, Western, if you will. I just don't know if I'll like it because I haven't tried, like I said, any cowboy romances yet. It's definitely not the most intricate spine artwork that I've ever seen, but you know, it's colorful, it's cute. They do have pretty end pages and it's a signed copy, which is really neat. The thing that I don't like about Illumicrate, all of their subscription boxes, is that they do not actually do anything on the reverse side of the dust jacket, which Owlcrate does. So I'm just like, you know, if I'm gonna keep one, I'm gonna keep the company that goes all out. I will say though, the naked hardback on this book is so cute. It says Red Fox Ranch, Broken Arrow, Oklahoma. I guess it's set in Oklahoma. And it's just so cute. There's a little barn and trailers, horses all around, and it's like a little map of, I guess, like the vicinity where this takes place. She's so cute. This is a really, really cute book. Pop star Avery Fox has become a national joke after a misjudged photo shoot completely backfires. The shoot has turned her into a social pariah, I don't even know how to say that word, and the internet has dubbed her a fake. With threats coming from every direction and her career in flames, she escapes to her estranged grandmother Lottie's ranch in Oklahoma. I feel like this book is going to be really, really sweet. Okay, I'm very excited to read this eventually, and I believe it's just a standalone, so yeah, very cute. I'm excited for that one. Okay, next is, ooh, yes, oh, such a beautiful book. This is called Never the Roses by Jennifer K. Lambert. Look how stunning, and purple is my favorite color, so obviously I'm gonna like this cover. That's the front. This is the spine at the front, or actually, the spine. The back of the cover, which is also stunning, and the sprayed edges, which is so intricate. It's all around the book. I bet this one is from Owlcrate because it has the whole 9 yards. Like on the inside of the dust jacket, you can see the artwork. Oh yes, I was right. It's Owlcrate, of course, and it is a signed copy by the author as well. I've never heard of this book, so I don't know the synopsis, but let's find out together. It says, all she wanted was one look at the library of her greatest enemy, and after a lifetime of being wielded against each other, they finally meet. Oh, okay, so enemies to lovers, for sure, for sure. I love a book about books, and I love books about libraries, so I'm very excited for this one. This is definitely fantasy, enemies to lovers. It seems like maybe a romantasy. I think that actually fits the best. I'm excited to get into this maybe in the fall. There's so many books that I want to read in the fall and winter, and this is definitely high up on the list. It says, the world made us enemies, not we ourselves. I feel like this haul has a really good mix of genres because the next one is a very dark romance, and it's called The Female. I'm sure you've heard of it because I feel like this has been everywhere. The cover is stunning. This is from the Darkly box. I love how moody and eerie this cover looks. Ooh, look at the back too. The skulls and the flowers. Very, very beautiful. I am in love with the spine of this book. Look at the characters on the front here. Oh my god, that's so stunning. I will say the Bookish box and Darkly box, they're also awesome with doing the whole 9 yards because they also have the book ends and what is this, the reverse dust jacket also illustrated, which I just feel like is necessary if you're gonna pay a premium for these books. They're all monsters, heartless, selfish monsters. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to read this. In the back it says, I will not be owned, and if that means dying to preserve my dignity, so be it. Sounds intense. I don't know much about this book, to be honest with you. I just know that it's dark romance and it's smutty. That's what I've heard from the internet, at least, but I'm excited to read it. I do sometimes enjoy dark romance, not all the time. I need to be in the mood for it, and I can't read it like back to back for sure. I rarely read the same genre back to back regardless of what genre it is, so it's the same case. But yeah, I don't read dark romance that often, but when I do enjoy it. Next we have The Irresistible Urge to Fall for Your Enemy, and I believe this is also Owlcrate. Nope, never mind. This is from Illumicrate before I ended the subscription. This is also a slow burn enemies to lovers romantasy featuring a scholarly healer and a gentleman assassin. This dust jacket is so interesting. I'm not a huge fan of these types of dust jackets. It's like a plastic film over the book. I think it's just kind of lazy, you know what I'm saying? Because you don't require a illustration on the back of the dust jacket and stuff like that. So I don't know. I think it's cutting corners a little bit, but that's why I canceled. The book itself though is stunning. I do think it's a beautiful book in the inside. and the actual naked hardback is really pretty. Again, have no idea what this is about, aside from the fact that it's a romantasy with enemies to lovers. On the back it says the best love stories begin with hate at first sight. So there we go. Last but not least, we have Voidwalker by S.A. McLean. Also have absolutely no idea what this book is about because I've never even heard of it before I got it in the box. She's thick. Look how thick she is. How many pages is this? Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Okay, yeah, it's almost 600 pages, 594 to be exact. Ooh, it's a really pretty book though. I do like that. Again, no artwork on the dust jacket on the reverse side, but the sprayed edges are really pretty and it seems kind of sci-fi. Like, judging from the cover, doesn't that kind of look like a sci-fi book? It says on the back, appease the beasts and keep them fed, but never invite them into your bed. Okay, so sounds spicy. Ooh, this does seem really interesting though. So it says, Fio Namara is a smuggler. Ontal is the reason her people fear the dark. 5 fairies stolen magic between worlds, stockpiling funds to keep her village free from the blood sacrifices humans have paid to Ontal's immortal species for centuries. I feel like this is going to have some interesting political aspects, which I really enjoy in a book. I'm interested in starting this at some point, maybe in the winter because it seems very wintry. Look at the back. And that is everything. Those are all the books that I've accumulated this month. I'm so sorry in this vlog we didn't get to go to a bookstore physically because I have just been trying to crank out some content and I've just had no time to make an extra visit to a bookstore this time. But I promise in the next one, in the next Bookish edit, we'll go to like a fun local bookstore or something during our reading vlog. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to stick around a little longer, definitely go ahead and check out my previous video right here. I filmed my entire day at the Renaissance Fair or Renaissance Festival. This is my first time going and I also go through everything that I brought with me in my backpack. So if you're curious to know what my survival kit was for that day, check it out. I would love for you to hang out. Please like if you haven't already, subscribe if you want to stick around for more cozy content on self-productivity and balanced living, and I will talk to you in the comments. Bye.